okay? What they're getting paid, which is half of what a man is getting paid, well, we get probably a tenth of what a Caucasian woman gets.
Any rejection that I've had where people said that I was not pretty enough for a role really gets on my damn nerves.
Everybody in this room, I'm sure at some point, has gone through something in their lives, and you've survived it.
How did you rise out of that anger of the injustice?
Oh my God. I don't necessarily feel like I'm out of the anger.
I very much was that little girl running from 8 to 9 boys who were always calling me, you black, ugly nick.
She emerged from a difficult upbringing to feature in the popular TV show How to Get Away with Murder and win Academy Awards. The renowned actress stated, "I cannot believe my life." In her own words, "I simply can't. I'm very fortunate." But not before she was attacked by the so-called Hollywood gatekeepers. Viola revealed that black performers in Hollywood are treated like scraps in a previous interview. In an interview with Variety, the actress who played the lead in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom discussed diversity and casting.
What I feel, listen, I have more than a 30-year professional career. I had a friend who said, yeah, but Viola, your career is better than my career.
She noted on the Publications Award Circuit podcast that it is difficult to have movies created that don't fit into a particular stereotype of how they view us. Diversity can't have a hashtag. You must create culturally specific roles for persons of color. To reach the level of quality required to be recognized for prizes that is just as well planned as the roles played by our white colleagues. She bemoaned that despite diversity, we frequently get the short end of the stick. In 2021, when she was nominated for Best Actress in a leading role for her work in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Viola became the most nominated black woman in Oscar history. The actress has had 4 nominations overall, making her one of just 2 black women, along with Octavia Spencer, to receive an Oscar and then receive another nomination. "The only reason I'm breaking records is that no one has been recognized," she went on to say. That honor is a sort of limited honor. The problem is with the movie-making business itself, not the awards. The legendary screen star added, "You cannot nominate anyone for awards if there are no films being made." As the second youngest of 6 children, Viola experienced extreme destitution, racism, physical abuse, spousal abuse, and alcoholism as a child. The sisters developed recurrent bedwetting due to their fear of using the bathroom at night while residing in a rat-infested, abandoned building. They were unable to clean themselves when the pipes froze up during the brutal Rhode Island winters, and as a result, they had to attend class smelling like pee and endure further taunting. Viola claims that neighborhood unclean old men, babysitters, and family members sexually assaulted her and each of her sisters. Despite the fact that their parents were too preoccupied with their own fight for existence to provide any protection, she has since made peace and forgiven both of them. She refers to her 4 sisters as my unit, despite the fact that their primarily white hometown was a minefield where you had to continuously avoid small and large explosives that could kill you. It makes sense why The Woman King, one of her best pieces to date, has such a strong personal resonance for her. The famous actor's life hasn't been easy, and rather than welcoming her with open arms, Hollywood has just made matters worse. In her memoir, the 57-year-old describes her own battles with infertility. She had a limited window of opportunity to become pregnant when she was a single lady in her early 30s and underwent surgery to remove fibroids from her womb. This led to an incident now passed into Viola Davis lore in which she manifested her future husband with a channeling-like directness. "God, you have not heard from me in a long time. I know you're surprised. My name is Viola Davis," she remembers saying before issuing in prayer form a dating wish list that included ex-athlete, someone real country, and someone who had a wife before me and children already. So there was no pressure to get pregnant. 3 weeks later, she met Julius Tenen, an actor and producer who was both of those things. And they adopted Genesis, their daughter, in 2011. But back to the present. "I'm 57 years old," Viola says, all that fatigue back in her voice. "I don't have the same enthusiasm that I had at 28 or younger. When I saw Cicely Tyson for the first time, it was, wow, I can be Miss Tyson. I can be a great actress on the stage and cinema. People will just throw flowers at me." Her role in Doubt alongside Meryl Streep gave her a big lift at the age of 42. And I said, oh my God, I hit it. But that lasts for 2 seconds or less, because with that comes disillusionment. With that comes exhaustion. There is an emptiness that comes with fighting for success. Viola says she now understands her work not only as a means to escape poverty or attain a sense of self-worth, but as a small part of a larger struggle for justice. At the same time, I have a true understanding of my limitations as a human being. I cannot carry the weight of the past on my shoulders. I can't do that. I'm not God. What I can do is what I can do, she confessed.
In my mind, I see a line. And over that line, I see green fields.
However, everything suddenly makes sense as to why the actress is furious with Hollywood. Imagine that Viola has established herself as one of the top actresses in the world after winning an Oscar, an Emmy, and 2 Tony Awards. She still has to battle for equitable compensation, though. Viola told InStyle magazine, "You cannot throw me a bone with a really nice little piece of meat still on it and expect that's good enough for me. I love my collard greens and all of that, and I know you were given the leftovers," she added. "I know how to cook that, but I want a filet mignon," she adds. Particularly, since the #Time's Up movement, Viola has been one of the actors who has spoken out the most about the issue of wage disparity. The movement's primary focus was on sexual harassment in Hollywood, but it also sparked broader conversations about issues like equitable pay for minorities, like Black people and women's rights. It's only until you reach a certain point, and maybe you have a certain level of expectation, that you realize you are not like everyone else, she said. In Hollywood, actresses don't share their salary with each other while they're sitting around drinking a glass of wine. The award-winning actress laments.
When you grow up, you want the whole pie. You don't want the 12.5% of the pie.
A huge part of that, I'll say, is ego, she continued. Ego, because you don't want people to know that you make less than what they think you make. For years now, Viola has been advocating for solidarity with everyone, solidarity with Caucasian women and women of color. The differences in pay and the lack of access to opportunities are huge. I fully expect changes. I'm trying to lift my hopes up, she says.
Because a lot of the women who step forward, and I stand in solidarity with them, okay? What they're getting paid, which is half of what a man is getting paid, well, we get probably 1/10 of what a Caucasian woman gets. And I'm number 1 on the call sheet.
A different video of Viola at the Women in the World event from 2018 went viral after it circulated on Twitter a few years ago. The actress talked about the racial pay discrepancy she has observed in the profession as a Black actor. "I've had the Oscar, I've had the Emmy, I've had the 2 Tonys, I've done Broadway, I've done off-Broadway, I've done TV, I've done film. I've done all of it," she said. "I have a career that's probably comparable to Meryl Streep, Julianne Moore, Sigourney Weaver. They all came out of Yale, they came out of Juilliard, they came out of NYU. They had the same path as me, and yet I am nowhere near them. Not as far as money, not as far as job opportunities, nowhere close to it," she continued. "But I have to get on that phone and people say, 'You're a Black Meryl Streep. There is no one like you.' Okay, then if there's no one like me, you think I'm that you pay me what I'm worth. You give me what I'm worth." The clip of the interview went viral after it was shared by public figures, including Gabrielle Union, praising Viola. Union took to Twitter, posting this, "It's all day this," alongside Viola's clip explaining her Hollywood predicament, with another fan also tweeting, "On behalf of all the Black women who appear on TV, or I suppose exist anywhere this. Viola said she hopes to tell stories that help people rethink what it means to be a dark-skinned Black woman by showing that we're not just always holding the baby, wearing aprons, cursing someone out, or being the best friend, with wise words of wisdom in an interview with InStyle about her role and how to get away with murder in 2019. Because of ignorance, myths are perpetuated and spread, and we can see how harmful they have been to our community." Ava DuVernay, the filmmaker of Selma, and other Hollywood leaders have brought attention to the disparity in pay between Black and white women. According to DuVernay's data, Black women are paid 39% less than their white counterparts. This is true in every business, including Hollywood, she continued. In her 2016 autobiography, Taraji P. Henson also disclosed that she received less than 2% of main actor Brad Pitt's pay while filming The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, and was required to pay for her own lodging. In the movie, she played Pitt's adopted mother. She wrote in her book, "The math really is pretty simple. There are way more talented Black actresses than there are intelligent, meaningful roles for them. This is exactly how a studio can get away with paying the person whose name is third on the call sheet of a big budget film less than 2% what it's paying the person whose name is listed first. I understood the risks," she said. "If I demanded more money, I would be replaced and nobody would bat an eye." Viola is correct. So, her supporters are of the opinion that Hollywood and those in power are a mess. While reacting to her viral clip discussing Hollywood inequality, one fan wrote, "When people talk about colorism and inequality in Hollywood, just use this as a response to the lies." Viola Davis has 2 Oscar nominations and 1 win, and never has been on the list of top-paid actresses in television or film. Angela Bassett just became a top-billed actress on TV with another tweeting. Viola Davis kept going, kept striving, having faith in and refining her abilities. Now she has her own production company and makes a vested effort in bringing up new talent. Candidly shines a light on the inequality of opportunity in Hollywood and is empowerment personified. So, there you have it. Do you think Viola's concerns should be addressed by Hollywood's top leaders? Let us know in the comment section below. And that's it from us today. Until next time, thank you for watching.